The rain done stopped doing what it was doing. It ain't as bad as it was, but I'm not moving until the sun is up a little bit more. Y'all can see my background. I'm not moving. I'm telling you, it's way better than it was, but man, it was raining so bad. And in my mind, the safest thing to do is just to sit still because I be moving around so early in the morning. The sun is not up, and the sun won't be up for hours. So now I'm just posted up chilling, trying to let it clear, trying to let it clear. We have all, and I'm not saying this stuff don't exist because it might exist. We'll try to let some people fun in. You come in, like and share the live. Let me know if I'm coming in clear. I gotta get a new I gotta get a new piece for the car for sure. Especially with me back doing content so heavy. I need to definitely get a new piece. Yeah, but man, it was raining so hard and so bad. It was raining like crazy. Get time when people get in, and you can't see. That what suck the most. That's what sucks the most. Hopefully, I'm coming in clear. I'm coming in semi smooth. Tell you, it's raining like crazy. Actually, like I said, actually, it's like it's starting to slow down, but it was raining pretty heavy. It was raining like crazy, and I wasn't moving. I wasn't finna be moving in that crazy weather. I hope everybody having a safe Sunday. It's what I was finna say. I remember my train of thought. What I was finna say was, um, we have all of these different pools of money, or I'm gonna say debt. I'm gonna call it what it is because it's debt. It's currency. It's different. It ain't no real money. It's debt though. It's debt. The American dollar is hella debt. Country roll on debt. That's cool. We call it what it is. Debt. We got all these debt resources and taxes that we pay, which is great. We got things like unemployment. We have things that take care of the elderly to a certain extent, children around like that. But when we have, and don't get me wrong, because what I'm finna say, like I know after the fact, we have stuff like natural disaster resources and stuff like that. I'm not saying anything about those type of things. I'm speaking more to like in my area, we literally got hit with a crazy flood, and it was like shelter, basically not basically. I think it read like shelter in place, flood warning into this town. Don't leave unless you are going to evacuate, something like that. But the same reason I'm out, which I know other people are out for, it's a more people out for the same reason. I got to get somebody to work. So in the midst of me getting somebody to work, we driving through some crazy weather. It wasn't that many people on the road, but I look at it two ways because in a society that is taught so much to consume, and if you always feel like you need more, you're never satisfied, and I do feel like it's a society. It's a society because everywhere is not the same. Everywhere is not the same for sure. But I say in a society that is taught to consume so much, everything, if you spend everything that you have coming in, I am maturing enough and learning enough, and I'll just say growing enough. And I won't put age on it. The late 20s for sure, but I'm saying like I'm 20 now. I'm not saying that like, but I'm saying because I'm turning 30 is, but I just say I'm learning that a lot of the problems that we create for ourselves and that we expect other people to fix is problems that we could have dealt with better. Now I'm not lying and I'm not naive when I say that you got some people that already does it. They don't spend every dollar that they make. Every dollar that they make doesn't go into bills. But just like the concept of overthinking understanding, which I always get asked so much, like what is overthinking understanding? Overthinking understanding is you teaching your kids how to whiten their teeth but not brush them. So you remember you feel like the point of brushing your teeth is to keep them white, which is an aspect of it, but you're taking care of your teeth. Just whitening your teeth, making them white, but they're not necessarily fighting the bacteria. So to get back on point, what I was saying with the saving money and everything, and why it's overthinking understanding. When people say live below your means, you hear live within the realms that I can afford it, but it's literally saying live below your means. So live below the realm of what you can afford. And I'm not saying everybody feels this way, but a lot of times we put ourselves in a position where we create these problems that we already had the solution for, but we screwing ourselves over in the process. And once again, I'm saying it to the point of living below your means will stop a whole lot of stuff. Living below your means will make it where it's easier to not have to go to work when it's flooding around like that. But like some people don't get it. Like Justin Bieber say, it's not clocking. It's not clocking to them about standing on business till it get bad. It's not clocking to do what you need to do until it gets horrible. Or now you start blaming people of how much you're getting paid. And I'm always fascinated, and even in the times that we live in where we talk about immigrants and they shouldn't be here and all this and that, but they get paid under the table. 9 times out of 10, their status is used against them. So they're not going to be getting the wage that they should get for working. Their work, 9 times out of 10, directly equates to how much they're getting. Hard labor and everything, like they have to work this certain amount of hard in order to get what they need to get. And I'm just saying that to say like a lot of their cars be paid off, a lot of their houses be paid off, and just the learning from them in the aspect of do with what you have. They learn a lot of trades. I was gonna say they go to a lot of trade schools, but no, they're not able to. You learn to do trades, so now you could expand on your house. Now you could keep your lawn care beautiful. But I think about if you don't have 6 months saved up, and I know people get tired and get hit over the head, but that'd be the thing. Like we created these problems. People not paying you what you are worth or what you think you worth. 9 times out of 10, it's starting to directly come from what you accept and what you allow. And if you don't make room for yourself to not accept the BS or a lot of BS, like I never thought that I'll be sitting on some of the money that I'm sitting on and still feel broke or still feel that I need more. But having that thought process has made it where certain things are able to be paid and you still I feel like I said I was trying to I didn't articulate it the best on my last live, but I was trying to say like you have elite people, you have good people, and you in all types of aspects, and saving money or putting up money or debt and what you do with the debt. You have those type of people everywhere. You have some people that's right now counting pockets, but they will not do. It's finna pick up again. It ain't stopped, but it was lower. But the sun is looks like it's gonna come up as much as it is. But you have people that are not willing to do what you are willing to do to get the job done. Whether it's staying somewhere you don't want to stay at, or locking in and putting up what you don't want to put up, but knowing that if I'm able to put up 6 months of bills, because I gotta everybody in debt and I gotta pay these people debt back. I don't say everybody in debt, that's absolute, but 9 times out of 10 the companies you owe in debt, and they gonna come after you because they know the people is gonna come after them. Then everybody got bills to pay. That's really what it boils down to. Like going through the business way. I take my locks down. Um, Going through the business way, whatever. Like that's really what it boils down to. Like I can't even 9 times out of 10 let you slide on certain things because I have debt to pay, just like you got debt to pay. And in this exchange of debt, you just gotta be more mindful of what you do with your debt, what you do with it. So if you stack your debt up and you let that debt collect, and I'm not, and I'm speaking about money. I'm saying debt because it's debt. It's not backed by nothing. If you could print it out the sky. But I'm talking about the currency or whatever, U.S. dollar. Um, if you use it as a tool and you do not become subject to it, and like I said, this is just not like this is real life. Like I said, I quit a career that I was doing for 10 years because once again you learn that if you once you start doing something for the money and you know that the money is not in what you're doing, you go on about your business. You go on about your business, or you should. Most people be like, I can't do this. If I leave, I'm gonna lose everything. Sometimes losing everything be what's needed to be successful. You want to hold on to what? What are you holding on to? You holding on to somewhere you don't want to be at. People feel like you just can't quit. You can't do this, and that's why I always laugh because the most people that, or a lot of people that say that they believe in faith and Christ and whatever type of religion, they hold on to things they can see, and they look at people crazy that step out and they call it luck or whatever, but they're exercising faith more than the person who say they believe in. My face so chunky, man. But they exercise they exercise. And if I'm cutting out, I apologize. Like I'm literally just posted up in the parking lot, bringing this to y'all. I'm gonna be on here as long as the camera is not dead. But yeah, like, and I don't know, like people just get too much power to the debt and give too much power to people instead of understanding how to do it. Like it's like realizing that people are doing it with way less resources than what you're doing it with. People are doing it with way less resources than what you're doing with, and they're successful because they understand that I need to place my debt in a certain area for me to be successful. I need to maximize what I spend my debt on to be successful. And having 6 months, like once you get your emergency stash and having 6 months to a year, like it's like you gotta feed yourself before you feed anybody else. I know people who get their stash saved up, but they in debt on a credit card. If I lose a credit card and my score drop for a little bit and I save up, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I feel like you're able to do both. Learn how to leverage credit and be comfortable, but it comes at doing the right thing for a period of time for you could do the gray area a little bit better, if that makes sense. Like I said, we people joke about it, I say we joke about it as humans sometimes, but it really is a simulation. This world is just I say all the time like it's made up of rules. You can't think you can't think about it too hard. Like every resource that you pay for 9 times out of 10 is free or was free at one point. It could be growing or doing whatever. And a lot of things we pay for is for convenience or because people are greedy. Um yeah. I wanna do a live episode, another well not one. I'm gonna do another live episode of social heartfelt and informative things. So it's a topic that I really want to talk about, but I'll hold off. But I will say this: people have to understand what bullying actually is. I used to hate getting told I was bullied or being called bully because I was straightforward or I wasn't. I'm gonna say I wasn't the friendliest person, the nicest person. But one thing that I keep saying, and I will go to my grave saying, a lot of people want you to be nice, but they don't want you to be a good person. And the nicest people are not always the best people. They could be nice to your face and do something crazy behind your back. That ain't never been me. I've been straightforward, you know. Um, but I will say that the people that I generally did mess with, just being honest, truthful, and I say it all the time. Like I if I see you doing something crazy or bothering somebody in a certain type of way, even if you haven't necessarily brought that to me, and I see like that person not necessarily taking up for themselves or not gonna take care up for themselves or they don't even peep it, I'm gonna fuck with you. So in that regard, like I did fuck with some people like that, but I don't know. Uh, just like they say, life is already hard enough, but you fucking with people, you never know how a person go act and what a person go do. And we have to understand what bullying somebody is and what being straightforward is. 9 times out of 10, people don't like being called on nothing. And then if they do get called on something, they don't want to be called on it in front of nobody. They don't want you to say it too long or anything like that. But they make the mistakes that they make. I had this dumbass when I was in the service. He was a specialist, probably still a specialist. Um, stayed messing up but always complained that it was other people. He was an adopted child, older parents. He like my family. It was so crazy. Like he made this big thing about like his parents being sick, and then we made it for him to. He saying that's why he was tripping, and he made it. We made it for the soldier was able to go on leave and everything like that. And the soldier ended up just spending time in his room, and not saying like that's no problem, like but the soldier made it basically playing on human emotions, right? That's one thing that I have not been very good at, and a lot of times I have faked or like I say faked or exaggerated because I didn't feel the same way as other people felt. So I had to learn because I got tired of hearing like you just not normal. You just but now I use it. It's great though. But with the story, um, like I said, if I'm glitching, it's raining. I picked the camera that had the strongest signal, and that's why I would never put my devices on the same network. Because if one network go down, usually the other network has better connection. But I still might be glitching, going slow, or whatever. But the soldier ended up going to their room, didn't even go spend time. Came back to work acting stupid. That's when we found out. Oh, I didn't go nowhere. I didn't go home. I didn't want to deal with my family. My family hates me. This, and the third. Just a bunch of excuses, bunch of stupid stuff. And that soldier accused me of bullying so many times, so many instances. And like I said, it was a shit soldier. Like you gotta call it what it is. Like everybody that wears that uniform not good, and that goes without saying. but some are downright trash. And those type of individuals, I have no problem with being on your ass. Because what people fail to realize that wear the uniform sometimes, even in real life, some people taking this shit serious like you should. Like if you getting up out your bed, leaving your loved ones, coming up at the house, risking your life to even never know what'll happen. Ever. Damn sure at the job. Somebody have a bad day, come in shooting up the place, or motherfucker come in infected, or all types of shit can go on, right? Um, when you dealing with these individuals, especially in the service, and I took the service so serious. And when I felt like I wasn't equipped to be the best version of what I was supposed to be paid for, I got out of there. And I say that because I could have stayed and turned into a lot of people that I felt like I ran across in my time serving. They just trying to get to that 20-year mark. They hate the job. They hate the soldiers. And they become bullies. They become assholes. Like they not on your ass because they trying to get you to realize like you could die. Regardless of this bullshit ass garrison shit that we do every day, regardless of us going to go play field and practice being soldiers or whatever, you could be deployed. You don't have the mental fortitude to do what you're supposed to do because you're paid. And do not get me wrong, because like I say, being in the military comes with a lot of bullshit, just like any other job, uh, to a certain extent. Because I do feel like any job that you cannot just walk away from without going to jail, it's a little bit, it's a little bit more like you know. But I just hey, with people bullying and fucking with people, or calling yourself trying to bully. One thing, like, I feel like you can make yourself unbullyable because people can do it, but you ain't gotta fuck with it. Like, fuck them. And I know, like, that's not the politically correct way to go about it, but in order to nullify a bully, either you face them head on or you don't let them get to you. And a 9 times out of 10, you have to learn to stick up for yourself, especially for like kids going to school. Because once somebody put their hands on you, that's just we talking about law. You feel threatened, you gotta take care of yourself. And I say 9 times out of 10, we see like the law doesn't always work in nobody's favor. The law doesn't it's not always gonna be in your best interest to take care of shit. That's just what it is. And I'm one of the people that if I make a decision, good, bad, or ugly, I'm willing to deal with the consequences. So even if I get frustrated in the midst of dealing with the consequences of the actions of the shit I set in motion, I understand that I set this shit in motion and I'm willing to deal with those consequences. And it's just an early morning conversation. Like I say, I'm stuck because of the rain. The area I'm in, a lot of the roads washed out. They get to turning people around. I've never seen it rain this much in Texas. The part of Texas I live in, it rained all the fucking time. I didn't even know it rained this much in Texas. The global warming, whatever, somebody up behind the curtain doing whatever the fuck, running like crazy. But all bullshit aside, like I'm not big on I'm not big on bullying. I'm not big on but like you said, we don't condone violence. I don't support violence and all that shit. Like that's the politically correct shit to say. But I just like to say self preservation is the number one rule. You have to take care of yourself and protect yourself. And for those people that do be fucking with people because your life suck or you just get a kick out of fucking with people, like it's people that will do something to you. And I honestly feel that more people should do shit to people. When shit goes unchecked, it runs rapid. I've been saying like Korea been the first place I was stationed, the first place I had a little freedom as an adult, from being with your parents to now you fucking 18. 19 way far away on other shit. And not saying bad stuff didn't happen, but the CCTV catches so much. But if you're not punished, it kind of, and I just think that's human nature. Like we want to make it that humans are good and all of that. I just don't believe at our core humans are good. We don't work without checks and balances. And we love bringing up the Bible. Biblically, we do not work without checks and balances. Like we have to be something has to be on our ass to do what we need to do, or we ain't gonna do what we need to do. We not gonna do what we need to do for sure. You hop in, hop out the live. Thank you, whether you stay 10 seconds, 10 minutes, so the entirety of the live. Just like and share the live, like and share the live. Um, yeah, but uh, people will get on your ass, man. And without consequences, people run rampant. And don't get me wrong, like consequences teach other people to be smarter. Some people go be smarter about the dumb shit that they're doing. Some people is gonna deter them not to do the shit, and both is needed. I say all is needed, for sure. All is needed, for sure. All is needed. Um, I don't know, man. We gotta leave people alone. We gotta do better by people. And when you get fed this shit, that like people, I say it all the time, like a broken record. When you get fed this shit that people are bad and people are scary and all this and that, 9 times out of 10, once again, we're doing it to ourselves. We are interacting with the people that are scary. We are training our brains to look for the scary people or the scary actions, because once again, like I said, we humans. Humans are not perfect. We fuck up. We make mistakes. It's gonna be good people that do bad shit. It's gonna be bad people that do good shit. We complex, and you don't have to deal with it. I think that's one of the biggest things that, like they say, the propaganda I'm not falling for. Like I don't have to like what you like. I don't have to have the opinion that you have, and if we were supposed to have the same opinion, like the same shit, it would have been written for it to do that, but it's not. And I'm always the type of person that's gonna fight for the underdog. I'm always the type of person that's gonna shake up some shit. Cause 9 times out of 10, like I said, and I'm good to it. Like you peep it, people be full of shit, and and I'm peep to look for the bullshit. So people be full of shit, and you like, man, you full of shit. You don't even believe that. You ain't really even helping nobody. You just nice. You smiling. You trying to keep it together too. But guess what? You get paid. You get paid to have to keep it together a little bit more. And don't get me wrong, because I hate when people say that shit, but at the same time, like you use that's what people say. You get paid to do this job, you need to do it. Okay, cool. You having a bad day now. You get paid to take more shit than I do. Take it, motherfucker. You failing. You suck. Just like you telling everybody else. But I will say, like, and I'm happy that I'm in a position to document this journey. Cause most people get pushed out the nest. Like they get fired, they do whatever. I'm like, man, I'm walking away from this shit. Like, fuck it. I'm not the first person to walk away from this shit at all. But you just learn. Like I see the other side. Like I'm not gonna lie. The continuation pay that the military got going, say that shit up in 4 5 months. It's just crazy when you get on the other side of fear and other people's fear in the other bullshit that you have going on. You realize that it doesn't exist. A lot of situations and a lot of fearful things that we put inside our head, it doesn't even exist in real life. Like just like they say, like if you give it power and you give it a belief, and you could damn near will something into existence. That's 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10 what fear is. For some of the fearful situations. Like being in danger and being protected and having senses and shit like that. Like I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fear. Like I hate this place that I'm working at, or I'm not making enough money, or what if I fail? What if I fuck up? That type of fear. That type of, because 9 times out of 10 we could control the variables that make us successful. And like I said, you talking to somebody, like I just walked away from it. I'm the breadwinner of family. I pay a lot of the goddamn bills, and I'm like, shit, fuck it. We gonna make it work. And you making it work, but you learn. I think a lot of people get it misconstrued when they be like stepping out on faith, and the Lord will provide in a way of trying to test him to will something out of nothing. And like I said, we love talking biblical. Like he say, do not test me. So like you trying to will something to happen. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you save us 6 months, and there might be something come along where he matched the other 6 months. You know, and as speaking to faith without works is dead. And I'm literally just talking. Like I say, I'm rained out. The sun is up now, but it was dark as hell when I got here. The roads and shit is flooded out. So I'm trying to let everything chill, and I'm gonna be on here until until the damn battery die. But yeah, like I was saying, like faith without work is dead. A lot of people think, you know, they go magically something gonna happen, but it's like God, if you show me the steps, then I'm gonna move, or whoever you believe in. Like I say God, I'm saying, but like Jesus, well, you show me the steps, then I'm gonna move. But that's not 9 times out of 10 is not always the case of what's gonna make you successful. Cause now I'm showing you. So once you see it, you know you could do it. But that's just like once again biblically, a lot of dreams and a lot of things came to people in their sleep. So if I show it to you in a dream, or you could believe it in the dream, or you could feel it, just like you could feel fear in your body, or you be scared of the unknown, you could feel, in my opinion, successful decisions are like this gonna be good. Like a lot of time people take excitement and unsurety for fear. And you ain't even necessarily scared, you just unsure. You do not know what's going on. You do not know how it's gonna work out. But and like they say, fight or flight. Some people learn and they go about it. They go about it like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I'm rocking with it. Here I go. I know there's more people that make more debt. Like I said, I'm talking about money, but it's debt. you know, more debt sitting on their ass than people that's getting up and going to work. And I know, like I said, I was talking about earlier, in the times we live in, we got the illegal immigrants. Like they save up more money than people that make more money, and they have more things because of what they choose to do with their debt. But we'll sit here and be like, this person's to blame and that person's to blame. Like I said, if you think about it too hard, yeah, we pay for a lot of shit that's supposed to be free. But we also pay for a lot of stuff that's convenient. A lot of people get out and they train to go get other jobs. Like I said, when you looking at these illegal immigrants or whatever, why they house look like that? Why they lawn care look like that? They done built it up. We laugh at households that got the mother and father and everybody stay in their house and they don't have no time to themselves. But think about how much money you will save. Just between me and my family right now, it's a, I say, what, 3 bedroom, 3 bedroom, six, probably like a 10, 11 bedroom between us. Everybody in debt. For what? For what? What are we doing? What are we doing? But once again, we create those situations, and then you want somebody to feel bad because we want to talk. I can't even say we want to talk. We live in a society where you get it now. You're able to see it. Like I said, you see it, you can touch it. But you sitting there and everybody in debt. Everybody want their own space, their own peace of mind. But everybody also want a nice amount of debt saved up to do what they want. Like I say, I'm saying debt because I'm calling it what it is. But call it money, currency, them IOUs. But we got 12, 13 bedroom between us. A lot of the problems we create be on us. Consumers, I don't really like being around this person. A room is too small for me, man. But you want to be successful. If you just merge those households, think about you not even having to be at that house all the time because you're on vacation. You're on vacation more than you at the crib. You able to go to events or do whatever the hell you want more than you there. But like I say, overthinking understanding. Like people get it, we can say all of this, but people don't want to do it. And I think learning that is the biggest thing to start wasting your time speaking about bullies and stuff like that. That's one of the biggest things I peep. That's one of the biggest things I was taught. Like, if you don't want to do it, I'm not finna kiss your ass and force you to do it. But at the same time, I'm grateful for the people who push me like that. Like, once again, we need balance, whatever. Cause it's a lot of opportunities that I would have missed if people didn't push me into those things. But I cannot say I'm the same person to for some people. But if I don't see it, I don't see it. And I'm like, I'm not finna waste my time and you don't want it. Like, what the fuck is we talking about? I'm not finna, oh, that person's an asshole. That person's not nice. I'm not finna waste my time for you not to want it. I think it's difference of a person not necessarily believing in themselves, not knowing the tools and stuff that they have at their disposal, not understanding how great they are. Way different than someone that knows it and they just lazy or they just don't want to do it. Why I look like wasting my time and you just don't want to do it. I'm telling you that save the debt. I'm not saying like that gets a lot of people saving debt is dumb. I'm talking about money. I'm using debt. I'm talking about money, calling it what it is. Um, so a lot of people, oh, saving money, stupid. It loses value every day. Yes, but if you need to call it storing up the money, store up the money. Because if an opportunity come along and be like, I could do this for you and I just need this, you have it to do what you need. But frivolously spending money on stupid shit is just no. Once again, you just transferring debt to somebody else's pocket, helping them pay their debt. They not gonna give you no break because they got people on their ass just like they on your ass. So what you gonna do about it? Yeah, just saving up money for the fact of saving up. Once again, overthink understanding. If you saving up food that's not supposed to be saved up past a certain 9 times out of 10 shit got an expiration date. So you storing some food up and that food bad, but you still storing. When you go to eat it, you can't do shit with it. That's the same way with money to a certain extent. But as long as that currency is worldwide traded and the value of it, which is, you know, what I think America is great at, like we the best, and you tell people that, and you sell them on being the best. Just like if you need to sell yourself or whatever, like I don't give a fuck what they talking about, what they doing. I don't care if it say that I dollar this and euros or more or whatever, blah blah. Everybody want that American currency. Everybody want their chance of the American dream. Everybody want their chance to bring their ass over here because we have put it into people's head that we are the best, even if that's not true. The truth don't even matter no more. Once again, like I said, you could wield shit into belief. That don't even matter no more. Don't even matter that may not be the case. It's better shit in the world. It don't matter. It's what I get you to believe and get you to roll with. But if you able to store up that and do what you need to do with that, stop running away from shit, creating these dumbass problems. If you like to drink and you like to chill, cool. Buy liquor at the house. If you like to be social, learn to do it. There's so many free events. Learn to do it in a healthy way. You got run clubs, walk clubs, jog clubs, daddy strollers, mama this, that, free clubs. Because there's other people that want to be social, but you don't always need the money to do it. Once again, overthinking understanding. But you want to do the shit you want to do. Well, I want to go do this, it costs money to go this, but I also want to say this debt. That's why I look at people like I said, anybody that's out there counting somebody's pockets or telling somebody that their life is better, and that's the run that I'm on right now. Like this shit is damn near electrifying. Like people like you only successful because you took this route, bitch. I'm finna show you again that that's not how it works. It don't fucking matter. Like I could have took the same route you took, probably would have been better. Like this shit, what the fuck is we talking about? I could have took the same route you took. We made the similar decisions, and just a few decisions I made different from you created this outcome. You could do the same shit that I'm doing. That's why I never understand that people hate. Like, if you, and like I said, jealousy and envy and all that shit, like, it's a human trait. The shit is natural, but it's what you do with it. You hating on somebody to a point that you can't even sit up there. Like I'm the type of person you feel like I'm successful because I took my ass into the military. I'm gonna tell you how to play the game better than I played it, better than I did it. Regardless of what the fuck we did after school or we got from our parents, anything, it's a thought process behind what makes people successful and not successful. There's motherfuckers that I seen get out way before me, kicked out, booted out. Some people struggling, some people doing good. It's all about your people joking shit. It's about your mindset. It's about what you going down to go do. Most people be full of shit. Most people just it's easier to hate. Yo mama done did this, your mama, bruh. Like, and not even to be funny because, you know, I do feel like your parents can play a major role. But I also feel like you don't lack anything. If you're blessed enough to have your parents and you extract what they taught you, whether good, bad, or ugly, and you use it to your advantage, that's on you. If you didn't have your parents and you use it as a power, like people that my mom died early, dad died early, whatever. But when bad things happen, they feel like their parents were protecting them, or because they lost a parent, they feel like it gave them the ability to be. Uh, I gotta make sure y'all still there. Less trusting or whatever. This, that, and the third. However you use it, but that's all just shit that we tell ourselves to make us work, and that is fine. But you could look back at some people who are crazy successful, or parents that set them up for success. Their parents are successful too in their own right, or their parents did a hell of a job of their pouring into their investment. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of time, like people don't like to hear the shit, but it's like, bro, we did the shit, like you did it, regardless of how you go about it, like you did it, whatever fuel that you use to say that it's something else, you did it. You know how many kids came out more successful than their parents? You know how many siblings came out more successful than their parents? You know how many people came out with less advantages that were more successful than their parent? And I'm not saying that you can't fall into the trap of the environment that you're around, but you do not have to. Like, you do not have to. You could do this shit a thousand different ways. It's people with kids that's way more successful than people that don't have no kids. It's people that have kids that's just like the kids are the biggest regret, the biggest mistakes that they had. And it's like, no, motherfucker, you didn't have it. You didn't play the cards you was dealt accordingly, and that's on you. And I get a lot of heat a lot of times because people be like, you talk about it too simple. I'm not meaning it like that. Life is hella complicated. But so is fucking Texas highways. You learn how to navigate. You learn how to stick to a road or a lane that's gonna work for you. You're gonna get turned around. You're gonna get fucked up at times, but it is what it is. Like if you, I never understand how people get so in their feelings about certain shit, but they're not in their feelings enough to change. They just get in their feelings enough to get mad. They just get in their feelings enough to be upset and get an attitude. Like we not past that shit. You don't want to be successful. You don't get in your feelings enough to go be successful and or go do something that you want to do. Cause I'll never be up here to, get in your feelings, go get a bag. That's dead. That's dead. That's currency. Like go get as much nigga. That shit could be out tomorrow. We could have a whole new currency working. And that could be nothing. Yeah, I think that's one of the craziest shit to say. Go get you and your feelings. Go get some debt. Like if you call it for what it is, it look crazy, you know. But I would say to the people out there that do want to do something different, and your environment kind of scares you or keeps you down, you just gotta, you just have to learn to turn it into fuel, and outwardly, don't let it affect you. Just learn, cause it's just like anything that I've learned. You fake people hated all that shit. Like you fake it long enough, you could learn to shake that shit off. You fake it long enough, sometimes you get lost in the fact that you fake it, and it just becomes you. And you learn to tune out the bullshit or don't care, or you learn to look inwardly and fix the problems. Whenever you get pissed off at some shit around you, think about like what am I doing inwardly that I could fix this issue, I could fix this problem, I could fix what's going on, or I kind of contributed to what's going on. I didn't expect the conversation we just had. I just be talking. It's free flowing. So you love the rain, right? Um, but like I said, it's not raining as bad as it was. The sun is up a little bit more. I've been sitting here about 3 hours. Um, I might go live again. Be looking out. If you want to catch me when I go live, subscribe. I do post it. I do my best to post it everywhere before I go live. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Try to post it. Uh, but yeah, this phone getting ready to die, and I don't want it to die and lose this live. I only upload partial of this live. And what I said resonated, just like and share this live. Like and share the live, not asking you to subscribe. Just like and share the live. I have a whole lot of more content coming. Like I said, man, you want to change, you want to do something different. A lot of times you got to shut out the people that you do not need around you. And sometimes it's the people that stuck around you. You just got to shut that shit out and understand, like, bro, you got it. You could be successful. Like, people call it to you and try to make it something it's not, or try to compare themselves to you at times. Like, at the end of the day, regardless of how much they hate, how much they gonna be sick, or how much feelings they have about what you're doing, that shit'll be washed away when you do what you need to do. And at the same time, if you do come to person that be successful or help the family do whatever, you have to understand that jealousy doesn't go nowhere. And you have to keep some shit at an arm's distance. So if you make it to a point where you have enough debt, currency, money, or whatever to make it where your family is all put up in a nice spot or separate spots, and you need a place to get away, you have it to do what you need to do that. But I just say being on the other side, and people, and like I said, people are amazing. It's some amazing people in the world. But being on the other side of people's fears and in the bullshit of what you can't do, or not even understanding that you're not the exception to the rule, but it's still ways to get what you want, or it'll look like that you're an exception to the rule, but you really understand I'm not the exception to the rule, so I need to play this game correctly. I need to navigate through life correctly. But like I say, I don't want this to die. So until next time, be genuine to yourself and kind to others. Like I said, I might be going back live today, so be on the lookout.